Solving one-step inequality notes. So when we solve one-step inequalities, it's going to be very similar to solving one-step equations, which we've been working on the past few weeks here. If you notice the last two problems today, they have different signs instead of equal signs. They have greater than or less than signs. These are going to be inequalities. We're going to get into more of that in just a moment here, but let's take a look at the first two problems. So the first two problems, you guys should be able to, or the first four problems, you guys should be able to solve pretty easily at this point. So Isaiah, walk me through the first one, please.
Circle the variable. Are you one inequality? You want to divide 7 by -7.
Good. So to get the variable by itself, we're going to divide it by -7, because -7a means to multiply. We do the opposite, which is inverse operation, and divide by that negative number. Go ahead.
Cross that out. Then what you do to one side, you do to the other.
Okay.
And -35 divided by -7 gives 5. Positive 5.
Positive 5. Nice job, Isaiah. When I walked around when you guys were starting your openers this morning, it looked like a lot of you guys did a nice... Oh, you flipped your variables around. Yeah, I was going to say, I watched you set it all up, and you had it set up perfectly. All right, let's take a look at the next one. B plus 7 equals -4. Rihanna?
Okay, you draw your line, equal sign, circle your variable. Okay, put -7 on each side. And then I think you get B equals -11.
You're right. B equals -11. So if you owe me $4, you owe me 7 more, you owe me 11. Nice job. See, I told you guys were pros at these. Biggest thing you need to remember, show all of your work. That way you're getting full credit. All right, next two. Now I'm throwing some fractions at you. This is what we focused on last week, solving one-step equations with fractions. Darius?
I did plus 3/5 because you got the variable by itself.
That's right. So since I want the variable by itself, I'm going to circle it. I'm going to draw my line of equality. And you said you're going to do plus 3/5 because you want the variable by itself, which is perfect. Cancel. Okay, what I'm going to show here in the blue, you guys don't have to do. Darius, how do I get a common denominator?
It's 20.
It's 20. You multiplied 4 and 5 and got 20. So 4 times what got you to 20?
5.
So then 5 times 1?
5.
Okay. Then how 5 times what got you to 20?
4.
There you go. Then what did you do?
Multiply 3 times 4.
And,
12.
okay. From there, what'd you do?
Added 12 and 5 and 17.
You added 5 plus 12, and you got 17 over...
20.
And can you reduce that or simplify that?
No.
So that's going to be your final answer. Nice job. And if you guys showed me that extra work on your quiz on Friday, you earned some extra credit points. All right, let's take a look at the next one. 10 over 21 times D equals 3 over 14. These, I feel like, are a little bit more complicated because you have a couple extra steps that you're going to have to do. To get the D by itself, what do I have to do, Nick? Divide. So I'm going to divide each side by 10 over 21. So if I'm going to divide each side by 10 over 21, that's my second number. So again, what I'm going to write in the blue, you guys don't have to do. You already have your calculator do that work for you. But if I'm going to keep my first fraction the same, Nick, what fraction do I keep the same? Because we're going to use keep, flip, and change to show division. So which of these fractions do I keep the same? Yeah, so I'm going to keep 3 over 14 the same, which means then I'm going to flip my second fraction, 21 over 10, and change my division to multiplication. Now that I have a multiplication problem, I look and I see, can I simplify any numerator with any denominator here? Wait, no. Take a look. What do you guys think? Can I simplify anything here? Yeah, it's going to be one of them tricky numbers. Darius, you see it? What can you simplify here? What are they both divisible by?
7.
7. 21 divided by 7 is?
Huh?
What's 21 divided by 7 equal to?
3.
3. 14 divided by 7?
7. Well, not 2.
2. There we go. Can I reduce any other numerator with any other denominator?
Yeah.
What?
Can you reduce 3 and 10? Oh, no.
Nope. Nope. So from there, I multiply my numerators. So Nick, what's my numerators multiplied together equal? 9. Denominators? And since we simplified at the beginning, I know that that's in simplest form. So your next 2 problems. How'd you guys do on that?
I think I did
I
good.
struggled on that one.
I think I did good.
Were you trying to show all your work?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good though. All right, last 2. So this is what we're going to get into today. Solving one-step equations with inequalities. So we're going to set it up just like what we would for one-step equations. What that means then, I'm going to circle my variable, and I'm still going to draw my line of equality. Now, this equation, who can read it to me? Go ahead, Darius.
5e greater than?
Yeah, 5e is greater than 25. You know it's great, because I always look at that sign. When you guys were in primary grades, that sign, what do they always call it? Or how did you know that that meant greater than?
No,
The alligator eats the bigger number. We use Pac-Man. You guys know that game, old school Pac-Man? Yeah, Pac-Man eats the bigger number. You guys, I think, your generation, alligator eats the bigger number. That's an easy way to help you remember that. So our goal is still to get that variable by itself. So if we want to get that variable by itself, what's the inverse operation I'm going to have to use? I just didn't hear you, Rihanna.
we did this last year.
So I want to get the variable by itself. So you're doing the exact same thing. So how do I get this e by itself? Divide by 5 on each side, right? So my 5's cancel. I bring my variable down. I'm going to bring my inequality, my greater than sign down. And then what's 25 divided by 5? 5. So my answer reads e is greater than 5. Okay? This time, when we divided by a positive number, right? This time, what are we going to divide by? A negative number. When you divide by a negative number, you're going to have to flip that inequality sign around. Okay? So in this last problem, I have negative 5 times f is greater than 25. Because I'm multiplying or dividing by a negative number over here, this inequality sign is going to get flipped. So now it's, instead of f is greater than, it's f is less than, what's 25 divided by negative 5? Negative 5. So f is less than negative 5. We're going to get into this in more depth in about 2 seconds. So go ahead and make sure you have all your work shown on your opener, your names are on them, and go ahead and pass them down to the right, and then Isaiah will pass them back towards Mr. McFarland.